Welcome to this week's roundup of key business developments in Sri Lanka. I'm Nishani Pigera. Let's dive into the headlines. President in China signs 15 MOUs. Surge in January tourist arrivals. And private credit expands for 7th consecutive month. In this week's top story, President Anukumara Dissanayake is on a 4-day state visit to China this week, marking his second overseas state visit. During his visit, he held talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping and the Prime Minister Li Qiang. The Chinese leader expressed his nation's desire to further engage with Sri Lanka, stating their readiness to collaborate with the country towards a new era of development. Bilateral talks in Beijing resulted in signing 15 MOUs covering the economy, education, media, and culture. Additionally, the president also engaged in field visits focused on technological and agricultural development as well as poverty elimination initiatives. This visit follows the Sri Lankan cabinet's formal endorsement of the One China policy. The president was accompanied by Foreign Minister Vijitha Herath and Minister of Transport Bima Ratnayaka. The Sri Lanka Vehicle Importers Association has warned that vehicle prices could rise as much as 400 to 600% following the recent tax hike, up from the previous 300%. Vehicles are priced by adding the excise duties and luxury tax to the CIF value, followed by an 18% VAT. This price increase is on top of already elevated import costs due to a depreciated rupee. The government has announced that vehicle imports will resume from February this year. Prior to 2020, vehicle imports contributed over 200 billion rupees in tax revenues. Lifting the vehicle import restrictions is expected to boost government's tax revenues, helping achieve the IMF's target of 15% of GDP. LOLC-owned Browns & Company plc, in collaboration with China Harbour Engineering, marked the groundbreaking of the Port City Marina project this week. The $120 million investment will transform the 33,776 square meters land area into a luxury tourism zone. The development will feature facilities such as sunset bars, seaside restaurants, retail outlets, and entertainment spaces. A key highlight of the Marina project is its capacity to accommodate up to 200 mid to large size vessels, including yachts. Worker remittances in December reached an impressive $614 million, bringing the total inflows for 2024 to $6.6 billion. Strong growth in worker remittances has provided the much-needed dollar inflows to the economy, bolstering a balance of payments surplus. As a result, foreign reserves increased significantly to $6.1 billion in 2024 from the $4.4 billion in 2023. Sri Lanka's private credit grew by another significant 97 billion rupees in November 2024, rising for the 7th consecutive month, bringing the year-to-date disbursement of 601 billion rupees. Private credit has expanded in recent months, supported by low interest rates, increasing business confidence and consumer spending. Meanwhile, net credit to the public sector rose by around 157 billion rupees in the month. The all-share price index at the Colombo Stock Exchange has resumed its upward trend, surpassing the psychological 16,000 mark. The banking sector has been a key driver of this momentum, fueled by re-ratings by broker firms based on possible impairment reversals following the completion of the external debt restructuring. On Wednesday, the market recorded a turnover of 4.4 billion rupees, slightly below the recent weekly average of 4.5 billion. Meanwhile, First Capital forecasts a 22% growth in earnings for listed companies in 2025, with the ASPI index expected to hit 17,000. The projection is based on the increase in disposable income and the tax-free nature of capital gains earned in the stock exchange. In this week's tourism update, in the first 9 days of January, Sri Lanka welcomed over 70,000 visitors, a significant 22% increase from the same period last year. While daily arrivals were recorded at 7,883, this marked a slight dip from the 8,037 recorded in December. India remains the largest source market in the month, followed by Russia and the United Kingdom. At the Treasury bill auction held on Wednesday, yields on all maturities fell for the 5th consecutive week. Bids amounted to 292 billion rupees were received, of which 102 billion were accepted. The Sri Lankan rupee depreciated against the dollar this week, with the central bank's indicative mid-spot rate ranging between 293 and 297 rupees. And that concludes our update for this week. For the latest on economic and business developments in Sri Lanka, do subscribe to our YouTube channel below. We'll be back next week with more insights. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe.